Hello everyone, here are the sales from Monday. Had a pretty good day, and actually there's a couple items here that haven't been aren't shown here that have been paid for. I think 3 an Xbox, PS1 game I think it is, and then a shirt. So I'll show those hopefully in the back end of this. But did have a couple of good items sell. The best item was the $90 for 6 volumes of ElfQuest. These came out of a big buy I had from the storage unit guy. I don't remember what I paid for everything, but it came with this and a bunch of other stuff, some video games, some odds and ends, I think a diesel leather jacket, and he didn't know what he had with these. These are pretty, there's definitely a good market for them. I mean, they're not worth a ton, but I sold them for 90. Mine are not in perfect condition, so I probably could have got more like 100 and something if they were, and if I waited, I might have found the right buyer. I had them listed at 130. I had even higher, like 150 starting off, and I've just slowly dropped the price. But someone came through today and offered 80, and said they really wanted them for their wife. If no one else was interested, they loved to, get them if I'd consider their offer. I countered with 90 and said, hey, could you just do 90? And they accepted, so that was pretty cool. Happy to get rid of them, so we'll pack them up and get them out of here. Another set of books sold. These are Dr. Seuss. There's 35 of them here. These are the bright and early books. So these do pretty well for me if you can get them in good shape and a pretty large lot. I had these listed for 65 shipped and someone paid. So what I'm doing with media mail though is I'm not always shipping my heavier media mail items through media mail, because I've had a couple of them that have just gotten lost or had issues with making it on time. So the bigger ones like this, I'll usually calculate, FedEx and pirate ship and see which one's the cheapest. So if it's outrageously different, then yes, I will go media mail, but I've had a couple of them end up missing or packages broken open and stuff, and I'm not sure what happened. So, but yeah, 65 for that. Those were actually free. Someone was getting rid of some stuff and just donated a bunch of books to my wife and I and said we could sell them or donate them or whatever. So we ended up selling them, and 65 shipped there. Pretty cool. 2 video games. Capcom Classic sold for 12 shipped, so pretty good for a PS2 game. NBA Street Volume 2, I think it's just the game, no manual. This sold for 7 shipped, so not a whole lot. A little bit lower than what I usually list for video games, but it still sold, so that's pretty cool. Here's a mistake I made a couple videos ago, maybe it was last week. I said I sold a Wii system. I packed it up and everything, gave it to my wife, and she goes, "You didn't sell a Wii today." I said, "Yes, I did. I sold the last one I have for 40 bucks. Looked through and I didn't. So obviously I was losing my mind that day. So I packed it all up. Here it is. When I'm done packing it, I had to cut the box down to make it fit a little bit nicer. But I put Wii system, and then I put the last 4 of the serial number on there, because I have so many Wiis, so that way if multiple ones sell, she knows which one's in each box. But that one did not sell then, but it finally sold a day for 40, so I left it packed up. Just trust me, there is a Wii in there, and I apologize for the mistake in the other video. Here's a Rawlings glove. I paid $5 for it. This thing is trash, but it actually is a pretty nice glove. It's a Gold Glove one, GG30SF. Someone saw it and said they really liked the glove. They do restorations. They offered me 30. I had listed like 50 or 60. I was hoping to get 40 for it. I countered with like 50, hoping they'd come up, but the guy said it needs a lot of work. I'm going to put the money into it, but 30 is the best I can pay. So I just went ahead and said, you know what? I just need this thing gone. It's a waste of space. It's beat up anyways, and I have too many gloves, so I was happy to get rid of it. And lastly, a Gridiron Classics Chargers, like a number 60. It's got some issues with the numbers. You can probably see here and here. I think I paid like $5 for this, and then I took a best offer of, what was it, 23 or something like that, 23 or 25. I had it listed for like 35, so happy to get rid of it. With the jerseys and clothing items, if someone gives me a reasonable offer and I'm making, that $10 of profit roughly, I'm trying to get rid of everything. So I'm still going to sell clothes, but I just don't want to hold on to them for so long like I have been, waiting for, the perfect person to come through and pay full price. So I definitely want to move them and not be holding on to too much inventory. So hopefully I'll have more for you. Like I said, those 3 things, and if anything else sells in the next hour or so, I'll show you guys that. Hey everyone, this is Cameron back with the sales for Monday, the last 3. Kansas City Chiefs crew neck for 40 bucks. Beast Wars for PS1 for $11, and an original Xbox for $65. Hello everyone, here are the sales from Tuesday the 15th of January. Pretty good set of stuff here that sold. Some clothing items, some video games, kind of a good mix. First off, a DonJoy XXL. This is a soft knee brace. I bought 3 DonJoy knee braces for $1. The first one was the more like hard, I guess it's a plastic brace. Or what, I don't know, maybe it's not plastic. Whatever it is, I bought that one and sold it for like $50 or something. This one came in there, it's a soft one, it finally sold for $35 shipped on a full price sale, so that was cool. Look out for the name. The hardest thing is you got to know the size, because that obviously affects, depending on the person's size of their leg and their knee, which one they can use. This one had the size tag in there. The other soft one I have does not have it, so I think I'm just going to donate it because I'm not sure exactly what sizes, and the measurements I have aren't matching people's online, so I think I'm going to get rid of it, and it's definitely not the same size as this one. So here is a Sunbeam little food processor lid here. Came off a $3 Sunbeam food processor. Sold that for $15 shipped full price. That will go first class. Clothing items, a $14 Harley Davidson t-shirt. I paid $2. Got the cool eagle with like a flag kind of for the wing on there. This was, yeah, again, I think a Goodwill buy. Someone from France wanted to buy it for $14. We went back and forth a little bit. I decided to let it go. I've had it for a little while, and I like to keep the t-shirts too long. You know, they don't go for a ton of money. Some of them can if they're older ones, but that one's nothing special. Here's a cool Lakers 3XL Keeper of the Rings. It's got a bunch of different of the Lakers rings as they were winning them in the 2000s. This was, I think, $4 actually, or maybe $3. I paid a little bit more for it, but ended up selling this for $25 shipped on the best offer, so pretty cool. Here are the 4XLT dress shirts. There were 6 of them, 4 by Synergy and 2 by Oak Hill. You can see it's 4XLT there. I just put them all together and then threw them in this bag I use for clothes, so it doesn't look too bad. I listed them for like 80 or best offer. I knew I wasn't going to get that. I was hoping someone would undercut me. Someone offered 50, and I countered with 70, I think, and they said 55 is the most they're willing to pay. They appreciate me coming down. They wrote a really nice message, so they seemed super polite, and honestly, I just didn't want to keep them. I spent $3 on all of them, so sold them off for $55 shipped, and they'll go probably pirate shipped. They're not too heavy, and they're not too big of a package, so that's cool. Another HP 61 combo ink. I sold the last one for 30, this one for 30 as well. Paid $10, so that's easy. It'll go first class. Here's Franklin, a little English dictionary here. This one, I think was like 50 cents or something. I had 2 of them. This one's missing the little lid cap that it connects here and then covers it. This still sold for $12 shipped. The last one sold for like 25 or 22 shipped, so look out for these. If they're sealed, they can go for even better money, but if you can get them for cheap and they work, sometimes it's worth picking them up. ATV Off-Road Fury 4. This one is sealed. You can see the Best Buy tag there, $20. This came in a PS2 lot for 25 shipped, or 25 shipped, $25 for the system and the games, and I sold this for 10 shipped, so that's cool. Kirby Amazing Mirror. It's a Game Boy Advance game. I paid $15 for a DS in the box with some games. And this Game Boy Advance game was there. This sold for $15. And lastly, a PS2 Slim. I don't know what I paid for this one. $10, I think. No, $20, and I bought it was the PS2 Slim with some other, like a PS1, a Wii, and some other stuff. I already had the cords and the controller, so I just paired it with the system. It did work, and I sold it for 60 shipped. So that's everything right now. No sales. It's already 11 o'clock on Tuesday. So if anything else sells, I'll let you know. But if not, we'll see what Wednesday brings. Other sale from Tuesday, guys. A GameCube. I just listed this for 48 shipped. Comes with the power cord and the AV cable. No games, no controllers. I think the GameCube was like $6 with Mario Party 4 at a thrift store. I already sold the game for like $35. It was returned once, but I sold it again for the same price, and they got good feedback. So I already made money on the deal. It didn't come with the power cord or AV cable, so I was cleaning up the garage and found an extra one of each. So I paired it together, tested it, it works, and 48. Hey guys, back with Wednesday sales. Nothing crazy, but definitely still a pretty solid day. One item sold and is not here. I have to get it from storage. It's just a $10 some cassettes, so hopefully it'll show up in the back end of the video. I also had one more sale. I took an offer of $100 on some old binoculars. I think I paid like 10 bucks for or something, so they haven't paid yet. I'm hoping they'll come through and pay, and we'll have that to show you as well, but if not, maybe they'll pay later this week. So good variety here. Not too much of one type of thing, which is kind of cool. So we'll start off with the clothing item up in the corner. It's one of those goals jerseys. You may have seen it in a haul video. I bought 3 of them. This is like a minor league hockey team. This one is a season ticket holder jersey from 2005. So it's a bit old now, but it was in pretty good shape. Had one little mark on the front. Had it listed at 60 or best offer, and someone paid 60 bucks. So that's pretty cool. Look out for minor league hats and jerseys. You're not always going to make a fortune, but I've seen that the hockey ones do better than the baseball, but some of the minor league stuff can do really well because a lot of people follow the sport and want to go out and support it. So 60 bucks, it's a size large. I have 2 more jerseys left. Spent 50 on everything. So hopefully I'll get 40 or 60 on the other one that's like this, and then I have an even better jersey that I've already had offers on for 40 or 50 bucks. I'm hoping to get like 65, 70 on that one. So pretty cool. Here's a nutrition set, gourmet nutrition and precision nutrition. Bought these for like $2 at a garage sale. It was on the end of a day, on a Friday or Saturday. I forgot what day it was. I think it was Saturday. And I was surprised to even find this there for so cheap. And ended up selling this for 40 shipped, which is exactly what I saw the last one sell for on eBay. So this time of year, a lot of people are kind of getting on the nutrition, trying to change their diet, things like that. So it is an easy way for us to sell that kind of stuff because it's pretty popular this time of year. An iRobot power cord. This is an older one. I only sold for $12.99. I paid $5 for a Roomba, and I think I sold this for $13. I may have sold the Roomba by itself or a piece off it for some money, but it was a really older model, so it wasn't worth a ton. But the newer Roombas, if you can find them, even if they're broken or parts to them, it's worth looking out for. I had one that I paid $1 for, and it was broken. The lady knew it was, but she had a bunch of parts, docking station, invisible walls, and stuff that you could get with it. I paid $1, and I sold like 40 bucks for the actual Roomba, and then I sent like the walls for 20 bucks each, and then the charger for 30 bucks. It was like a bunch of money made off of a Roomba. So it's worth looking at. A lot of people want a lot of money for them if they work, but if someone has one broken on a sale, sometimes you can get them for cheap. Here's a Coolpix camera. I forgot how many megapixels it is. That would have been nice for you guys to know, but somewhere, if you look it up, it's a Coolpix S70. Maybe that'll focus. There you go. This was 10 bucks at a garage sale. I bought it from one of the guys I buy from. It was thrown in a big lot of stuff, so when it broke it down, it probably was smaller than 10. I didn't look it up. Usually I only want to pay $5 or so for an older digital camera. Some of them still sell pretty well. This one sold for 25 shipped. It's taken a few months though, so I wouldn't pay 10 again for it, but if it was $5, I'd probably pick it up. So look out for them. I'm usually looking for at least 10 megapixels, preferably like, 14, 16. You can usually still make good money. Here's a Wii Sports Edition bowling bag for Wii Sports. For the bowling, you can put a little ball in there and stuff. This was $2 at a garage sale, but the cool thing was there was a Wii Sports game still sealed in the bottom there. So that was awesome. That sold for like 27 bucks. Something like that, something pretty good for a Wii Sports game. And then this just finally sold for 18 shipped. It'll probably cost like $7 or $8 to ship it. So honestly, I might make $5, but all the money was in the game. So if you found one or you bought a Wii and it came with one of these, it might be worth listing, but I probably wouldn't go out and just pick this up, by itself. But if you're buying a whole lot, you might be able to get a few bucks out of it. And lastly, a Nintendo Wii. This did not come with this one, but this, I think, is the last one that I bought from my video game guy recently for 25 bucks with games and controllers. And this one sold for 40 shipped. This is kind of the price I found for the Wii's, is 40 shipped. Some people, will sell them for more. You can definitely get more sometimes. This is the price I feel like I sell them quick enough, where they're in my inventory, out of my inventory, usually within a week or two. Sometimes 3 weeks, maybe at the latest, but I really want to move them out quick. When I'm spending the $25 per system, I want to flip the systems, get my money back, and make what I can quickly, because he's pretty much getting me video games every week. And if I sit on them too long, I'm going to have way too much money invested versus what I'm bringing in. So that's kind of my price point. You may be able to get a little bit more. And some people have asked about putting games with it and stuff. If you do put games with it, you definitely can add to the value. But for me, I like to sell games that have value on their own. I like to sell them separately. Everything else I just throw in one big lot later, and that's how I do it. It's easy to ship it this way without a bunch of games with it. And if you are adding games, sometimes you have to have games that people want for it to really add the value. If you throw in a bunch of junky games that no one's really interested in, people aren't going to want to pay any more for it because they're not looking for those games. So someone had asked me a question about that. So just so everyone knows, I don't put games or controllers. I just sell them like that for $40 with the cords and the bar. And then I sell the 2 Wii controllers with joysticks. As long as they're the official Nintendo ones, I sell those for $30 shipped. So turns out to be about $70 shipped on the system with the controllers. And then if I have any extra games or racing wheels, I make more money that way. So hope that helps. A little bit of a ramble there. If you have any questions, let me know. And hopefully there'll be more for today, but definitely there should be something for Thursday coming. Hey everyone, final sale from Wednesday. Some Memorex cassettes. They are sealed. 2 of them sold for 10 shipped. So not a whole lot, but definitely happy to get rid. Hey, this is the set of Thursday sales. Kind of interesting set here, aside from the one that was from yesterday, the binoculars that sold and they finally paid today. A lot of it's not really anything high dollar. Actually, the highest one being probably $40, I think, and then a lot of 10s, 12s, 15, that kind of thing. Before I jump into what sold, I want to make a comment about the reason why I like to list lower, dollar amount items. You'll hear a lot of people on YouTube go on and on about making sure that you're, only selling things that sell for $50 or more, or only things you make, at least $30 a profit on, or blah, 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 all kinds of different stuff. Which is great to have the goal to be making that much money on a sale. And if you can do it without selling lower end things, then that's awesome. Keep doing it. But if you are trying to make this full time, or you're, not able to find all that stuff, this is why it is beneficial to sell sometimes items that are not selling for as high amount, but the investment might be low, shipping cost is low, and you can make some money that way. Because on a day where if you take out this binocular set, nothing really expensive sold, nothing for $50, I still sold probably $100, $100 and something worth of stuff. And yeah, it's a lot of smalls, and individually they're nothing great, but it's still profit in the end. So, and most of them I have very little invested. So that's my little rant there. I just feel a little frustrated sometimes when I hear people make those remarks, and then sometimes in the groups that I'm in, I'll see them make remarks like that, and the next minute be complaining because sales are dead and eBay's the worst, and nothing's selling, and they have all these great, rare, hard to find items and no one wants to buy them. Well, the reality is not everybody wants to spend $150, $120 on eBay for something. Sometimes people don't have that kind of money to spend. So if for whatever reason there's a little bit of a trend in the market not to buy those higher dollar things, sometimes these little things will sell because they're pretty cheap and people are always looking for them. So just a little rant. Obviously, if you're making money on only $50 items, I'm not trying to insult you, because if you can do it and you have enough work to do so, enough stuff to list, and you're making the money you want, obviously it's better, more profit per sale. But if you can't, or you have extra time and you're doing this full-time or part-time or whatever, consider selling some stuff that's on the lower end. It might not be as much dollars per sale, but if you got nothing else to do, or you nothing else that you can find to list, try some of this stuff because it does work. So we'll jump in though. Some binoculars here, $100. I had paid 15 or 20 for them. I forgot. They're kind of beat up, honestly. I just thought they were cool, and someone had a pair listed for like, I can probably see me in there, but someone had them listed for like 200 and 240, and then someone had sold one for like 80 or something like that. So I was kind of like, well, I'll grab them. And it was in a big lot of stuff, a bunch of bows and different stuff that I bought. So I ended up picking them up, and they sold for 100. I listed them in very poor condition, so I'm happy about that. The next highest thing is this Homedics massager here. I paid $2 for this. There's the model PA100A. Some people let them go for super cheap. I usually list them high enough with free shipping that I know I'm going to make the money. Don't really consider offers on them. So sold it for 40 shipped. It'll probably still cost like 8 to 10 to ship it. Maybe even a little bit more depending on where it's going, but easy money there for $2. Here's a Sunbeam 14031's the model number. You can see my labeling technique is a piece of masking tape. Once I sell most of the bolt and stuff, then I'll get rid of the motor and I'll start marking off all the little pieces with this. So this one looks practically new. I paid $10 for the whole unit. I've sold the bowl and the lid for like, the bowl and the lid for like 30 or 35, 40 each, and then I sold this for 20 shipped. So pretty cool. Super Mario World, $11.99 for Game Boy Advance. So that's pretty cool. It's not focusing, but trust me, pretty good game to look out for. Radica Tetris sold for like $12. This is one I've had for a while. I think I paid like $1 for it, so happy to get rid of it. Sony remote, $10, nothing special, but super easy to list. This is a original Nintendo game right there. This actually came out of a big Nintendo lot I bought for $50, and this sold for $12 shipped. This is Monkey Hero for the PS1. It's just the disc, and this is like a case someone used. That sold for $8, so that's kind of like the lowest end I really want to price games at, so I'm happy to get rid of it. Jak and Daxter, and then Jak 2 and Jak 3. Games like this, there's multiple parts in the series. Some of them do well, so like on the PS2, I'll just hold on to these until I get this set of 3, and then I'll sell them. So this sold for $28 shipped for all 3 of them. And lastly, a Cleveland Browns hat. It's by, what is it by? The Pro. You can see this thing is seen better days. Someone had a sweaty forehead, it looks like, and dirty to boot. And you also see there's some wear there, but this thing was 50 cents or $1, and I picked it up because I knew the Browns were doing pretty well, and I listed it for 30 or best offer because I knew there was just a lot of people talking about the Browns, and I'm like, someone will come and want this old hat, and someone finally offered me 20, and I took it, and they'll ship first class. So that's everything, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about the rant there. I wasn't trying to condemn anyone, but just to make a point that you really can sell lower end items and still make pretty good money. I'm not saying just focus all on this, but sometimes it's better to branch out and not just be looking for that $50 sale or whatever it might be, because there's other ways to make money too. There's really no wrong way to do it, but I hear a lot of talk about that lately, about selling things for $50 or what have you. So that's it for today. I'll show you guys what the weekend brings, and if there's anything else today, we have 2 hours and so before the day's over, so I might have more to show you after. Take care. Hey everyone, back with a sales update for Friday the 18th through Sunday the 20th. 33 things sold, quite a bit here. One thing's not pictured yet. Hopefully it'll show up in the back end. It's some PS2 games, but let's jump right in. Up top, Petunia Pickle Bottoms, like diaper bag purse thing. Paid $1, that sold for $20. The brand was doing really well a little while ago, but it's really come down in price now. So some of them have. I see some people still selling them for pretty good money. That one does have a lot of wear, but for $20, that's a good deal for me. Wii Sports in the box system, and the game, that sold for $70 shipped. 2 PS3s sold for $90 shipped. They come with a controller, a charging cable for the controller, and then a power cord and HDMI. 2 sets of GameCube controllers, one right here in the plastic, and then these 2 right here. They sold for $50 for each set, so that's always cool. Sony remote for $10. Model is RMT-V306. $10 on a remote, so that's okay. A Braun food processor blade. This was like 25 to 30. I don't remember exactly, but I paid $8 for the system, and then I just parted this paid out on its own for like 25 or $26. So that's cool. This is pretty cool. It's a Wilshire Hyatt House Fire King mug. Kind of small, but it came out of a mug lot for $4, and I already saw the Dunkin' Donuts one out of there for $35. That one I had listed auction style, but I didn't realize that the auction was going to end when I go on vacation coming up. I wasn't paying enough attention when I listed it. So I went ahead and I got a bid on it for $40 free shipping. And I went ahead and just ended the listing and sold it to that person. You can do that when you end it. And then I messaged them and said, hey, I ended the auction early. I'm going to be out of town. If you are interested in the item, it's sold to you. Just pay for it and I'll ship it out before I leave. If not, though, and you were hoping, or change your mind, I'll go ahead and cancel the order. No penalty, just let me know. And the person went ahead and paid for it. So pretty cool for $40. There were no other watchers on it, so maybe it would have gone up price-wise, but I'm happy with $40 for like a 50-cent mug. Some shoes, these are Dr. Comforts. Not all the Dr. Comforts ones do amazing. These ones are athletic shoes, so they do a little bit better. They're pretty clean in the bottom, not too bad. They were $12 and they sold for $42 shipped, so that's pretty cool. Sony Betamax tapes, 5 of them. They are sealed, all really good shape, the seal and everything. They were $1 each and they sold for $28 shipped. Some other video game stuff, Zelda for $25, and I think Resident Evil went for $25 or $23, something like that, so that's pretty good. A Pokédex sold for $25. Here's a Martha Stewart punch. Kind of like makes that little vine pattern. This came out of a lot that I bought, like one of those Savers bags, if you know Savers has those bags. And this one was, I think, $4 with some other punches in there, and this sold for $28 shipped, so that was cool. These CD Powers by TDK, there are 2 of them. They are sealed, but a slight tear in the seal. Those sold for $10 shipped. And then this stack here, this is a manual. I bought a bunch of Commodore 64 stuff, and this was in there, and that sold for $10 shipped. Adobe Photoshop Elements 10. This is the Costco edition. This one sold for $20 shipped used. I paid 75 cents. Silent Hill 2, $18 shipped. Red Dead Redemption, a good game to look out for. Even Red Dead Revolver on the PS2 does well. This sold for $21 shipped. Star Wars Battlefront 2, $13 shipped. Epic Mickey 1 and 2, $13 shipped or $12 shipped, something like that. And then here is Wii Sports, just the disc. Sold that for $12 shipped by itself. That game sells so easy. One of my favorite ones to sell. Here's a Life Plan study Bible. I think I paid $4 or $5. This sold for $45 shipped on the best offer, plus it has some damage on the end. So that's pretty cool. Here's a Trump Pence hat from 2016. This was 25 cents. Regardless of where you stand on the political side, especially the thing going on. Someone bought this for 20 shipped, so I was happy about that. Broncos Super Bowl hat from 1989, brand new. Nothing special about it, the actual logo or anything, but that sold for 20 shipped as well, and I think I paid $2 for that. I won't show you all of this because I don't want to have anyone seeing anything that's kind of inappropriate, but not that it's real inappropriate, but all these magazines are Easy Rider, like motorcycle magazines, and they have different women in more scantily clad. So you guys may have seen that, but we'll cover that up. Sorry about that. Scantily clad dress, you know, bathing suits and different stuff. I got all these from someone. I was buying a bunch of video games and some DVD sets, and they had these, and they were just hoping I'd be interested, and I really wasn't, but they said $10 for all of them, and I looked up a little bit while they were inside looking for some more stuff, and I saw that sometimes they had sold. I don't know how many there are here, like 30-something or 40-something, and I sold them for $100 for all of them. It's taken a while to sell, and they weren't any really old ones, which do the best if you look them up, but probably wouldn't buy them again, but I'm happy to get rid of them. The biggest concern will be shipping. They're going, I forgot where, somewhere in the Midwest, I think. So I'll probably send them FedEx home, and I'll probably spend $40 or $50 to ship them. So I won't make a whole bunch when it's done, but I am happy to get rid of them. Free Cell Radica. This is sealed. It's got a little sticker wear there, but I didn't take the time to clean it off. But it sold for $68 shipped. I forgot what I paid. A few bucks for that. And then these are military camos. They're size medium. They're pants. There's 2 of like the that one and then 2 of the desert ones. They're the same size, but just 2 different ones. They have minor wear to them, but they sold for $55 shipped for all of them, so that's pretty cool. And a couple other clothing items. These are some LuLaRoe leggings. They're the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. I bought a whole bunch of these for my wife for Christmas. They're like 8 pairs, and I got them on a steal for $76 on auction on eBay. So I gave her like 7 of the pairs. She already had this pair, so I gave her the other ones as a gift, and the lady even threw in another Disney one. She had like a Jasmine one from Aladdin. So a really good deal for me, but I had this one and she already had it, so I'm like, oh, I'll just list it. I sold it for $30 shipped by itself, so that's pretty cool for those. If you do find LuLaRoe, I know some of the Disney stuff does pretty well, so that's cool. And then this was an awesome sale. It is a pair of Abercrombie & Fitch twill cargos with the belt and everything. These ones are real distressed. They have like some fraying on the where the hems are on the bottom. I bought a bunch of Abercrombie & Fitch cargos and there was some Hollister ones too. It was like 20 or 25 bucks for 10 pairs or something like that. And some of the Hollister ones were not that valuable, but a lot of the Abercrombie & Fitch ones have sold for anywhere from like 25 to 45. This pair of those sold for 53. I had them listed high, I think, with best offer too, so I was hoping to get like 40 on them, but someone paid full price 53. Mine did have the belt, which was kind of cool. A lot of the ones that were for sale did not have the belt, so that's pretty awesome. That's everything so far. There should be, like I said, the PS2 games, but once I get all this packed up, I'll bring them, and if anything else sells before the night's over, I'll probably show it even after that. So, hope you guys enjoy, and next week, just so everyone knows when you watch this, the week that follows this week, I'm only going to be having sales for Monday, because I'm going on a trip, and I won't have the store running, and then when I get back the next week, I'll only have sales up from Wednesday through Sunday. So, they'll be a little bit modified there, but hopefully you guys will still enjoy it. Take care.